Folks, welcome back to our series, Meet Julie. Julie today has some interesting information for us. I was speaking with her earlier, and she is going to explain chemo brain to us. Julie, tell us what that's about.
Okay, well, I'm going to explain it to the best of my ability. But this morning I was talking to a friend who asked me a question about somebody, and I said, immediately, I know what that is, because she was saying he was having a hard time remembering things, just normal everyday things. And it is really a thing. It's called chemo brain. And during treatment, some people get it, not everybody, and some people get it to different degrees. I myself did get it, and I would forget just regular everyday words. And it can be pretty severe. You can forget a lot of stuff. But the good news is that it does go away. It's not permanent, but it is frustrating, and it's a big struggle for a lot of people.
How long did it last for you?
Well, I did treatment for 2 years, and I didn't start struggling with it till probably 6 months in, and it probably only lasted like 6 months for me. It wasn't that bad.
Were you still on chemo while it ended, or did the chemo end and then that you regained?
It kind of like was about the same time.
I see.
A little bit before maybe, but it was kind of about the same time. And to be honest, I didn't really notice how bad it was affecting me. People around me would tell me.
I see. Yeah, and the situation today that you were talking about was just somebody not remembering a simple thing to do, right?
Yes. Yeah. Something that he's done probably 100 times, and just all of a sudden couldn't remember how to do it.
And I understand some people just forget how to cook or forget how to just open their car doors.
Right.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we want to get an update on you. Tell us how you're feeling and what's new.
Well, honestly, I haven't been feeling the best lately. I've been struggling with my weight again. I am eating, but I'm still losing weight, so we're just doing blood work every week to try to figure out what's causing it.
You having any new pains, anything like that going on?
No, not any new pain really, but I have been trouble getting to sleep and staying asleep. I wake up 100 times a night, and for no reason. I'm not like in pain or uncomfortable. I just wake up.
Has that been ongoing through this whole process since your diagnosis?
I have had problems with it, like at first when I first started treatment, and they suggested I try medicine for it, and I did, but I didn't like the way that would make me feel, so I didn't stay on that. And it just recently started happening again, like 2 months ago, and it's pretty much constant. It's pretty much every night. So that's hard, because then I feel not rested all day. I'm tired and cranky a lot.
Yeah. Explain maybe the appetite. You're not having much of an appetite now?
I don't. And I do take medicine every day for like nausea. And I do try to eat. I've been eating more lately than I ever have to try to put some weight on. And I will eat till I'm sick. And I just can't gain any weight. I don't know why.
It's just there's not much of an appetite, and that may even have something to do with the way you're sleeping too.
It probably does. Yeah.
So we've done several of these videos, and we've explained the fight that you're ready to give cancer, and you're already 2 years past what the doctor said you should have been here for. And
yeah.
Every day I see you, I'm like, that's great. There's another day she got. What do you tell people that are in the same situation you're in?
Don't give up. You're gonna have bad days, and there's gonna be some days you think you can't do it, but you can. Just keep trying, one day at a time.
Yeah, it has to be a real struggle. Any new medicine that they're working on? Anything different they're having you do?
Right now, no. We're not doing anything yet. They want to try to like keep monitoring my blood and see what's going on.
That's what you had said last time, that it's kind of like on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it every week now. See if I can start getting them numbers up better.
What's that process like? I mean, like you go in.
It's not bad at all. You just go to the lab usually, and fortunately, even though I get my treatment in Cleveland, I can do it here in Louisville. And you just go in, and they just draw a little vial of blood, and you're on your way.
Then how do you get your results? Does the doctor call? Do they email
They
it?
post them online on my
Okay.
chart, and then I can get on there and look.
Then if there's an issue, they give you a call.
Yeah. They'll call me, or if I have a question, I can message them through my chart. It's kind of like texting, and they'll message you back.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy.
Okay, Julie. So I had a question for you.
Yeah.
So somebody's recently diagnosed with a terminal cancer illness. Give me some tips so that they know what you should do.
Okay. First and foremost, if you are planning or your doctors are saying you're going to have some time off of work, or you're going to be unable to work due to your treatment or surgery or anything like that, I think you should first and foremost apply for your SSI, because your bills aren't going to stop coming. And I think you should find a support person, because you're not going to be able to take yourself to and from treatment. That it's rough. It's not going to happen. And again, if you have to have any surgeries or anything, you're going to need somebody that you can count on, that can be there for you to drive you back and forth. And even though you don't want to think about this, you need to get your affairs in order. You got to be prepared for anything. You're going to hope that it gets better, but if it doesn't, you need to be prepared for that.
Yeah. How did you deal with it? What was your game plan?
Well, see, and again, I didn't know anything about anything, and I was planning on working, and I did work for probably about 6 months during the treatment and stuff till it just got too hard. It was a process that I didn't really have any help with. I had to look everything up and talk to the social workers at the hospital. I didn't even know what SSI was. I didn't know anybody that was on it. I didn't know how to apply for it. But I can't remember the name of it. But if you have like terminal cancer, they will expedite it for you, because it can take years to get your SSI. But you have to ask. They won't just offer it to you. You have to ask. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I'll check on that.
Yeah.
And
That's good information.
yeah, and I didn't have a will or anything like that. I had no reason to. I wasn't in a hurry to do it, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about. You're well, you're healthy, you're just living your life. You don't prepare for when you're not here anymore.
How old were you when you were diagnosed?
Geez, I don't even know. Like 43.
Yeah, 43 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah, you're definitely not expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain, for those that haven't watched the other videos, like the type of cancer that you have and how it all?
I have a tumor that's wrapped around my brainstem, so it's inoperable. I did do the gamma knife surgery on that. It's like the laser beam, but it can take 6 months to 2 years till it works. It just like works slowly. And then it also went to my left lung also. It just like it's called like metastasized or whatever, where it goes to other places. So the only way I knew that I even had anything wrong with me was I was getting really, really, really bad headaches for a long time, and nobody wanted to take me serious. They kept saying, "You're too young, there's nothing wrong with you," and just brushing me off, saying it was like my lifestyle and things like that were causing my migraines all the time, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So you got to pay attention. Pay attention to your body. You know if something's wrong, and make somebody listen to you. You have to.
What would be some advice before we go that you would give to someone who's diagnosed or currently in a fight with cancer?
Well, besides the things that I already said, you got to advocate for yourself. Don't just let them suggest things to you and go with the flow. If it don't feel right, don't do it. Do your research, talk to people, look things up, look for options that work for you, because not everything is for everybody. When I first got diagnosed, they wanted to schedule me for brain surgery the very next day. They'd give me no time to think about it, no preparing or anything. Yeah. And it wouldn't have helped. There was nothing that they were going to do. They had seen a spot on this side of my brain that it ended up being nothing, and they were wanting to cut my head open and look at that, biopsy that, and there would have been no reason. Then I wouldn't have been able to start treatment for 6 months to a year until that healed.
I see.
So I'm glad that I got a second opinion and went from there.
So the second opinion really may have prolonged your life.
Definitely
Yeah.
did.
Wow, I never knew that. So that's very interesting. Well, Julie, thanks for doing all these videos. And folks, if you haven't seen Julie's other videos, they're really worth your time to watch. They're called Meet Julie, and Julie's in the fight for her life here against a terminal illness. And Julie, we're all very proud of you. Thanks for everything you're doing.
Thanks for having me.